Morning YouTubers, welcome back to the Davy Brown 990 restoration. My name's Barry. Today we're going to be removing the fuel injection pump from the engine so that we can get it primed up. In order to do that, we have to remove the inspection plate off the front of the engine. We have to remove the 3 bolts out of the timing gear that is attached to the front of the pump, and we need to remove the 3 bolts from the back of the timing cover which allow the pump to come free. We'll also have to take off all the injection lines. So, let's get at it. So I need to remove the timing cover, the bolts, all the injection lines from around here, the leak off return line to the tank, and the 3 retaining bolts to keep the pump on. When we take off the cover in here, inside the timing sprocket there are 3 bolts that fasten the sprocket to the pump. They've also got washers on. I always get a little bit of tissue, put a little bit of tissue in the bottom of here, and I'll show you when I do it, to stop we're losing anything down inside the timing cover. You don't want to be dropping washers or bolts down inside there. So we'll crack on, get it opened up, see what it's like. Right, so we'll start by removing the 6 bolts out of here. These are 1/2 inch. None of this was tightened up when it was assembled, for the very reason that I knew that it was all going to come to bits to get painted. To test it, as you'll have seen in some of my past videos, when I dismantle things, all the nuts and bolts go into little food bags, and then like normally they would get washed and cleaned, but these have already been through that process. But we'll put them in here and see as we're losing any of them. Again, we'd normally put a label in with them so that we know where they're from. Right, there we go. You can see none of the gasket that hasn't been sealed on. I normally put a little bit of seal around it. And then we've got in there, we've got our retaining plate with our 3 bolts in that go through into the pump head. So let's get those off. Quickly grab a socket because it'd be easier with a little socket in there as opposed to trying to get in with a spanner. Right, I'm going to take that and we're just going to pop that into there, like that. And I'm going to take out, as I say, there are washers on here as well as the retaining plate. So make sure you get everything out. Don't want to be dropping anything. Gets to be a nightmare you start dropping things down the front of the timing cover at this stage. And we take our plate out. Everything goes in the bag. Okay. Have a look in there. Eh? Pop that cloth out the way. You see in there, there's a dowel. That dowel goes through into the drive on the pump. And that's what gives you your primary rough timing. Your secondary timing can come by twisting the body of the pump against that drive shaft using these bolts. There's a little timing mark here on the casing and on the engine, which gives you an indication as to where your fine timing should be. Right, next thing, let's get the injector pipes off that pump. Right, as I said, these are only on finger tight for setup purposes, so you can tell whether the pipes are going to touch each other or conflict with other things on the block. We'll just get in here. We might have to take the pipes off the injectors themselves. These are 5/8 nuts on here. A bit of what we'll do with that one, I'm going to loosen the feed pipe. Well, this is the return pipe to the tank, so I'm just going to loosen that off there and take this nut off here so we can get the bracket out, then we'll get that pipe off easier. 2 ticks. There we go. Right. That'll be fine. Left on there. Okay, now these have got to come off. These are 1/2 inch flat washers on these. Oh yeah, that bit stiff on there. Right. I'm going to take my cloth and I'm just going to put it into that hole there. I don't want to lose anything down inside the engine frame because this is hollow in here. I'll pop all this off. Now the awkward one. There we go. Now the pump will just come out nice and easy. That's out, that's out, that's out, that's out. Okay, pump's got to come out backwards now. So we'll just, all that'll be stopping it is those washers. There we go. And there's my pump off. What I've got now, I've got caps for here, here and here. We'll get them capped up to stop any dirt getting in. We'll get that covered up to stop any dirt getting in. We'll get this degreased and sprayed.